This is problem 8-124 from section 8.3.1 homework. So it says divide this equation by the factor you chose in the previous problem. So I chose the factor, I believe it was x minus 5. That's the one that I chose for that. Okay, and now we're going to decide, is that actually a factor? So we're going to divide it. So I'm going to set up my little grid here. Okay, and in the bottom I'm going to have this number written out, x to the third, minus 9x squared plus 19x plus 5. And I'm going to write in this other grid, in these spots, this factor, so x minus 5. Okay, so I know in this first spot, this number needs to be my leading term as well. So this needs to be x to the third. To make that happen, it needs to be x times x squared. Okay. So now I know that's x squared. So I can find out the bottom box would be negative 5x squared. Now here's where my diagonals come into play. This right here needs to be this. Alright, so I have negative 5x. I need negative 4x squared to make a total of negative 9x squared. Alright, so if that's going to be in the top part, blank times x to give me negative 4x squared would be negative 4x. And I can fill out the bottom corner, or bottom box. Okay? So then we have another diagonal. These together need to make 19, positive 19. So this top needs to be negative 1x in order to add up to be 19x. Okay, so this would need to be negative 1. And I get a positive 5. That's what I needed in the bottom, so there is no remainder. So I'm going to rewrite this as the, kind of the big equation. Equals the two factors multiplied together. And what did we got? We got on the top was an x squared minus 4x minus 1. Alright, so what is the question even asking? It says, if it is a factor, so this is the factor because there's no remainder, because my last number equals this last number, use it and the resulting factor to find all the zeros of the polynomial. So basically I need to set that stuff equals to 0 and solve it. Well, this guy right here is going to get me x equals positive 5. The other one, x squared minus 4x minus 1, I would try to factor that, but I'm having a feeling it's not going to factor properly, so I'm going to use the quadratic formula to solve that. So that's the opposite of b, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2a. And we're going to solve that for x. 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 plus 4 would be a 20 divided by 2. Now I'm going to simplify this 20 into the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. Okay. I know the square root of 4 is worth 2, so I'm going to pull that out of the parentheses, or of the square root, sorry, and leave the square root of 5. I don't really know what that is off the top of my head. Now I can simplify this to be 2 plus or minus the square root of 5. So that's two of my roots right there, because the plus or minus, and then I also had x equals 5 was the other root. Okay, so those are your three roots, your solutions, your x-intercepts, zeros, they all mean the same thing. So you're going to do long division to get the actual two factors, and then solve those for x.